When it comes to adventure motorcycling, Triumph has been one of the key players in the Indian market, which has made ADV riding much more popular. And the Tiger has been one of the key motorcycles to do that for Triumph. And this new Tiger 900 has got its midlife update, and in our opinion, it has got a lot of improvements. Not in the design, not in the chassis, but a lot to do with the engine. And in this video, we're going to cover all the details for you and let you know if you should buy this motorcycle as your ADV tourer. So stay tuned till the end of the video.
They call me a god. 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 Let's go.
Now, let's get started with the design of the motorcycle. Now, you get a bigger fly screen here, which can be adjusted. All you need to do is, now to take it up, you have to hold this lever, push it away from you, and then pull it up, and you can adjust it, and you can bring it down as well. Now, it is a little cumbersome to do it while riding, so I wouldn't recommend doing that, but you can park the motorcycle and then easily pull it up and down. Also, you get the signature Tiger headlamps. You have this Unibrow DRL, and the throw of the headlamps is really nice. You get this nice stylish beak, which gives it an aggressive look. 19-inch wheels at the front, 100/90 section, Metzeler Tourance tires. You get twin disc brakes, 45 mm of USD forks, and coming to the side, you have a bash plate, and there is the 888 3-cylinder engine, and we'll talk about the engine a little later. You have these foot pegs, and these can be removed if you want to go off-roading. Also, you have the pillion footrests, which are nice and high and keeps the feet away from the exhaust. Here you'll see a design change. You had a flap here on the old 900, which has gone, and gripping the tank is much more easier and comfortable now. The radiator is now a little higher, and that is to prevent the heat from coming to your knees, but you will still feel the heat on your legs, and I'll speak about that a little later. You have this nice big comfortable seat. The cushioning on this is really nice. The seat is nice and wide. It's narrow at the front, so if you want to saddle up and ride and you want to grip the tank, you can do that very easily. The pillion seat is also very nice and comfortable, and optionally you can have the seat fitted with the seat heating functionality. And you have this nice rack at the end, which also doubles up as a grab handle for the pillion. At the rear, you have a 17-inch wheel, again Metzeler Tourance tires, and you have this nice swept up exhaust. It is nice and high, so you can still do some water wading with this motorcycle. Nice clean tail lamp, and you have LED headlamps all around the motorcycle. Now, there's not a lot changed with the chassis, the swing arm, and the subframe. Overall, the motorcycle is pretty much the same as the older motorcycle, but what has changed is the engine. Now, before I speak about the engine, let me tell you what the ergonomics are like. Now, this seat, the seat height is 820 mm. It can be adjusted to up to 840 mm. Now, it's very easy to get onto the motorcycle, and if you'll notice, both my feet are flat on the ground. So if your height is 5'8", 5'10", you should be able to flat foot. Shorter riders, 5'4", 5'6", will be able to tiptoe on this motorcycle. But both my feet are flat on the ground. I'll just take the stand up, and that's how it is. Also, what Triumph has done is they have made it very easy for you to saddle a motorcycle. So if you're going off-roading and you want to stand and ride, look at the handlebar position. It's still within my reach. It's not very low, so I can still saddle and ride the motorcycle if I'm going on some off-road trails. Also, if you look at the handlebars, they're nicely placed. Not a very sporty position, but a relaxed riding position. So when you're going cruising, you're going to have a very good time on it. The motorcycle is very comfortable, and you're not going to feel tired at all. Now let's talk about this windscreen right here. It does a very good job until you're riding at about 100 120 kmph. If you keep on riding about 130 140, you will feel a lot of buffeting on your helmet. Other than that, it's been very helpful in keeping the wind away when you're riding below 120 kmph. So on the highways is when this comes in really handy, and it pushes the wind above the helmet. Also, these flaps here, these gaps here, make sure that cool wind keeps passing on to your body so that you're not very warm. Speaking about warmth, this engine does heat up a lot in the traffic, and when you're riding, the heat is directly on this part. So if you're riding without any riding gear or riding denims like I'm wearing right now, you're going to feel a lot of heat in the normal denims, and this part of your leg is going to be roasted if you are riding in traffic. Other than that, if you're riding on the highways, the engine heating is not a very big problem. This engine is notorious for throwing a lot of heat at you, but that's something that you'll have to deal with if you're riding a lot in the traffic. But on the highways where this should be ridden, it is absolutely fine. Also, you get heated grips. You have the small button right here to activate the heated grips. They heat up nicely. You have 3 heat levels to choose from. Speaking about this is the clutch lever. You get adjustability here. It's pretty light. Even in traffic, you're not going to feel tired a lot while engaging the clutch. You have the seat heating button right here, and this is for the fog lamps. You have automatic headlamp control right here, the cruise control. This is the mode selector for your riding modes, the turn indicators, and the horn, which sounds like this. And this is your menu joystick to toggle through the menus and to select the menu. On the right hand side, you have the hazard lamp right here, and you have the ignition controls, and you have the home button for your on-screen menu. Now, speaking about this TFT display, it has been borrowed from the bigger 1200, but it does have a little caveat. It takes a lot of time to load up, and if you see, yeah, that's how long it takes to load the screen up. And yeah, but the layout is pretty clean. You get a good readout of the tachometer, the speedometer, the gear you're riding in, and also your telltale lights. Also, the menu buttons are very easy to access. So you get your trip meters right here, and you can toggle through the trips with using these buttons, and it's pretty easy to control. You'll get the hang of it after 2 or 3 times. If you try it out, you're going to get a pretty good hang of it. A lot of controls. You can adjust almost everything on this. You get all your warnings and the fuel levels. Everything is to the coolant level, your riding aids, all your warnings will be right here. So pretty easy to handle. Let's talk about the riding modes now. The road mode is your default mode. It's a standard mode that you'll be riding in the city. You also have the sport mode. You have the off-road mode when your ABS, your traction control goes off, and you have a rider mode wherein you can customize what you want on and off. So you can switch off the ABS, keep it on, your map, and your TCS as well. So that was the screen, the TFT display. It's very legible under direct sunlight. The colors are nice. You don't have to strain your eyes a lot, and the angle is also perfect. You don't have to take your eyes off the road completely. Just look down, like a glance down, and you'll be able to see everything. These mirrors are also nice and wide. They offer a good view of what's happening behind. Overall, when you are in this saddle, you are in a very comfortable space. The seat is also very nice. The cushioning is good. Even the pillion seat is nice and big, and you get a lot of space at the back for the pillion and for the pillion to move around as well. You also have a lot of space to move around for the rider, so you won't have a sore butt after a long ride. Now I absolutely love what this motorcycle sounds like, and I'll fire up the engine so that you also can hear the exhaust note. This is what it sounds like on idle, and let's give it some revs. It's a nice raspy growl that this engine has, and the exhaust sounds absolutely beautiful when you are riding at high speeds. I mean, this motorcycle just passes you by. It sounds absolutely sweet. Now let's talk about that engine. This is the same 888 cc engine that was available on the previous 900, but it has been tuned for more power and more efficiency as well. Now, the old engine used to make 95 horsepower. This one makes 108 horsepower and 90 newton meters of torque. And the character of the engine has definitely changed than the previous motorcycle. Now, this triple cylinder engine has not been one of the most refined engines, but the refinement has gone up a little bit on this. I say not refined in this class of motorcycles, because if you compare it to 500cc motorcycle, this is much better than those. But considering the size of this motorcycle, the price of this motorcycle, you will feel the vibrations kicking in if you're riding at higher speeds. And when you buy such a big motorcycle with a capable engine, you want to be doing triple digit speeds continuously on the highway. So if you're going about 130, 140, you're going to feel the vibrations on the handlebars and on the pegs. Nothing on the butt or the back, because this seat will soak up everything very nicely. But on the pegs and the handlebars, you will feel a little bit of vibration. But if you're under 130, it's going to be very comfortable. You will not feel anything. But you go above that, it's going to the vibrations will start to kick in. Now, when I say it is made for performance, it's not outright sharp like a sports motorcycle like the old 800 was. This has a more linear power delivery, but it is also very quick while it does that. The power delivery is nice. You saw how responsive the exhaust was when I was going through the throttle. The throttle response, the fueling is absolutely what you would want out of an ADV. The power does not come in very sharply, very instantaneously, but it comes in a way that you would want on a highway when you're riding at high speeds. Also, the engine is very tractable. So even if you're riding in the city, you don't have to engage the clutch a lot. I saw speeds of up to 35 to 40 kmph being on the 6th gear. So gear changes are not required. It's a very tractable engine. This triple cylinder engine has been very tractable since the beginning, since the older motorcycles, and it is a joy to ride it even in the city. Yes, the motorcycle is heavy, so moving it around becomes a little cumbersome when you're stuck in stop and go traffic, but the seat height is not very high. You can still manage the motorcycle very well. Talking about the ride handling is also very good. You have upside down forks at the front, and those are adjustable. You have these knobs right here, so you don't need a screwdriver or an Allen key to adjust the suspension. You can adjust the preload and rebound right here. Also, the rear monoshock, you can adjust for preload by using this knob here. So getting a comfortable riding position is really easy. The seat is nice. You will not feel tired after a long ride. It handles our Indian roads really well. It can go over ditches, it can go over those nasty bumps and speed breakers very, very comfortably. And I would say that this motorcycle is one of the best motorcycles to ride in India, because you can throw absolutely anything at it and it will handle it really well. Now, does it go off-roading? Well, you can do a little bit of soft roading, but you will need to change the tires. The stock tires on this are the Metzeler Tourance tires, which are more for touring, and if you are riding in wet surfaces, these are not the best tires to have. You will need to update to a a different set of tires to take it off-roading. But a little bit of soft roading, like something like this, can be handled very easily by this motorcycle. Now the engine is mated to a 6-speed manual transmission. The shifts are really smooth and quick. It does get a bidirectional quick shifter, but it comes at an additional price of about 45,000, and that's really disappointing considering this motorcycle is priced at 14.15 lakhs ex showroom. So the price tag is a little on the higher side, but Triumph could have added the quick shifter as a standard. Other than that, it does take care of all your needs. It's a very practical motorcycle. You have these knuckle guards installed as standard. You also get Type-C USB charging port right here, so you can charge your phone. Also, if you want to connect a tire inflator or any other accessory, you have this port right here to do that. So Triumph has taken care of all the needs and all the practicality that you would want on this motorcycle, and it does make it a complete motorcycle. Now, like I said, the price is 14.15 lakh ex showroom. That's about 25,000 more than the outgoing model. Not a very high increase in the price. It does offer a lot more now, and especially that engine, it makes more sense for the Indian riding conditions. The fuel efficiency is also good. I was able to get about 25 kmph. It has done a lot of city riding and a couple of highway rides as well, and every time I took it out, it did put a smile on my face. Of course, it does grab attention. It is a very tall motorcycle. It sounds really nice, so it does grab a lot of eyeballs. So if you're in the market for a sub 1 liter motorcycle and you want something that you can take on the roads, and you want something that you can take on the highways on the weekends or your long tours, this is one of the best motorcycles out there in the market. And that engine, with its improvements and refinement now, makes it very much rider friendly, makes it easy to ride and easy to handle as well. So definitely go to the showrooms, check it out. It will tick all the boxes that you require out of an adventure motorcycles. I hope I was able to answer all your questions. Put your questions down. If I haven't answered any, put them down in the comments below and we'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Subscribe to Motoroids if you haven't already. Press that bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload our next video. This is Vipul signing off. I will see you in the next one. Until then, rev hard, rev free, and ride safe.